So, you're into wireless communication, right? Things like 5G, software-defined radio. It's a huge field, and honestly, it can get pretty confusing. The big question is, where do you actually fit in? Well, today, we're going to draw a clear career map to help you navigate this really exciting industry. This is probably the #1 question on your mind. You've got the passion, maybe you've got the skills, but the industry is just massive. So where do you even begin to look if you want to make a real impact?
And hey, let's be real, this is the other critical piece of the puzzle, isn't it? You want to find roles that are not only technically challenging, but also, reward you for your hard work. We're definitely going to get into that.
So, to get you those answers, here's how we're going to break it all down. We'll start with the companies that create the core tech. Then we'll look at the ones who build the networks, explore the innovators, see how big tech plays a role, and finally, we'll wrap it all up with a solid career strategy just for you.
First up, let's talk about the absolute foundation of the entire wireless world, the semiconductor and modem companies. These are the architects designing the very heart of every single wireless device we use. And here are the titans of that space. You've got Qualcomm, a pioneer in mobile chipsets. And then there's Apple, which is totally shaking up the industry by bringing all its chip design in-house. These companies don't just build parts, they literally define what our phones can do.
So what are these guys actually building day to day? Well, they're designing the modem, the engine of connectivity. They work at the lowest level, the physical layer, or PHY, creating these super complex signal processing algorithms that make high-speed communication even possible. This is really the deepest, most fundamental engineering you can do in this field. And here's the crucial takeaway. Because this work is so specialized, so foundational, these jobs in the semiconductor space, they are typically the highest paying in the entire wireless industry. So if top-tier pay is a major goal for you, this is the category you need to be looking at. Okay, so once those amazing core chips are designed, someone has to actually build and test the massive networks that they power. And that brings us right to our next category, the telecom and testing companies. Now, this sector really has two different sides to it. On one side, you have the infrastructure giants, think Nokia and Ericsson, the ones physically building the 5G base stations and cell towers. And on the other side, you have the critical testing companies like Keysight, who build the advanced tools needed to make sure all those networks actually work the way they're supposed to. Now, beyond these corporate giants, there's this really fascinating world of specialized labs and research institutions. These are the places that are actively inventing the future of wireless, and they offer some really unique development experiences. For instance, check out some of the companies in India, like Tejas Networks and Sankhya Labs. The big advantage of working in these more focused environments is that you get to be hands-on with the entire development process. That gives you a system-level understanding that's often really hard to get inside a giant corporation. And then you have the true trailblazers, like Germany's Fraunhofer Society, or Edis Research, which is a huge name in software-defined radio. These are the places where theory meets practice, where the groundwork for 6G and beyond is literally being built as we speak. So where do the big tech behemoths fit into all of this? Companies like Google and Amazon are absolutely in the wireless game, but their objective is a little different. For them, it's all about weaving seamless connectivity into their massive ecosystems of products and services. So, companies like Google, Meta, and Amazon, they aren't necessarily building the core modems from the ground up, but they are hiring wireless experts for everything from optimizing Wi-Fi in their smart speakers to developing the networking for their enormous data centers. It's all about making connectivity a totally invisible and flawless part of the user experience.
Okay, so we've mapped out the entire industry. Now let's pivot and make this all about you. What skills do you actually need in your toolkit, and what's the smartest way to plot a course for your career through all these different companies?
So what skills do you need? Well, across the board, companies are looking for rock-solid fundamentals. That means really understanding key technologies like OFDM and MIMO, having a deep grasp of signal processing, and knowing the 5G system inside and out. And of course, on the practical side, being fluent in programming languages like C, MATLAB, and Python is pretty much non-negotiable. So how do you put it all together into a plan? Well, here's a really powerful three-step career strategy. First, consider starting at a telecom or SDR company to get that crucial hands-on experience. Second, once you have that solid foundation, you can leverage it to move into those top-tier, high-paying roles at the semiconductor giants. And finally, step 3, think about looking for global roles to broaden your experience even further and become a true expert. All right, So if you remember just 3 things from our talk today, make it these. First, the wireless industry is incredibly diverse, so there is a place for you. Second, if you're chasing the highest salary, aim for the semiconductor giants. And third, if you're just starting out, telecom and SDR roles are the perfect launchpad for your career.
The wireless landscape is just packed with opportunity. We've laid out the map, we've identified the key players, and we've outlined a strategy. So now, the only question that really matters is, where are you going to direct your signal? You've got the guide. The next move is all yours.